Hello, my friends. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn another 10 common idioms, phrases, and sentences that native English speakers use every single day. These expressions are super useful, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they mean and how to use them naturally in your own conversations. Learning these everyday expressions is one of the best ways to sound more natural when you speak English. Native speakers use these phrases all the time, and when you understand them, you'll feel much more confident in conversations. So grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Number 1, get a life. This is actually a rude expression or an insult that people use when they're annoyed with someone. It means that the person should find something better to do with their time, or that they should stop bothering other people and focus on their own problems. It's not a nice thing to say, but you'll definitely hear it in movies, TV shows, and sometimes in real conversations when people are upset. For example, imagine your neighbor always complains about everything you do. Maybe they complain about your music, your friends, or even how you park your car. You might get frustrated and say, "Seriously, get a life. Stop worrying about what I'm doing." Here's another one. Let's say someone on social media is always leaving mean comments on other people's posts. Someone might reply and say, "Why don't you get a life instead of spending all day being negative online?" Number 2, you're just in time. This is a very common and useful phrase that means someone arrived at exactly the right moment, not too early and not too late. It's perfect timing. People use this expression all the time in daily conversations, and it's always positive. For example, imagine you're cooking dinner and your friend arrives at your house right when you're putting the food on the table. You could say, "Oh wow, you're just in time. I just finished cooking." You might hear something like this at work too. Maybe you walk into a meeting room right when your boss is about to start an important presentation. Your boss might smile and say, "Great, you're just in time. We're just getting started." Number 3, I'll take my chances. This phrase means that you're willing to try something even though it might not work out. You know there's some risk involved, but you're going to do it anyway. It shows that you're willing to accept whatever happens, good or bad. For example, imagine the weather looks cloudy and it might rain, but you want to go to the beach anyway. Your friend might say, "It looks like it's going to rain." You could respond, "I know, but I'll take my chances. I really want to go to the beach today." People often say this in situations involving money too. Let's say you want to buy a used car that seems like a good deal, but you're not sure about its history. You might tell your friend, "I know it's risky buying this car without knowing everything about it, but the price is so good. I'll take my chances." Number 4, you look stunning. This is a wonderful compliment that means someone looks absolutely beautiful or amazing. Stunning is a stronger word than just pretty or nice. When you say someone looks stunning, you're saying they look incredibly attractive and impressive. For example, imagine your friend is getting ready for a special date, and she's wearing a beautiful dress with her hair and makeup done perfectly. When you see her, you might say, "Wow, you look stunning. Your date is going to be so impressed." Here's another one. Maybe you're at a wedding and you see the bride walking down the aisle in her wedding dress. You might whisper to the person next to you, "She looks absolutely stunning. That dress is perfect on her." Number 5, let's split the difference. This phrase is used when two people disagree about something, usually involving money or numbers, and they want to find a compromise. It means to find the middle point between two different amounts or opinions. It's a very practical expression that you'll hear often in negotiations or when people are trying to make a fair deal. For example, imagine you're at a garage sale and you want to buy a bicycle. The seller wants $50, but you think that's too expensive and you offer $30. The seller might say, "How about we split the difference? $40 and it's yours." You might hear something like this when friends are planning a trip together. Maybe one person wants to spend 3 days at the beach and another person wants to spend 5 days. Someone might suggest, "Why don't we split the difference and make it a 4-day trip? That way everyone's happy." Before we continue with the rest of our expressions, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you're finding this lesson helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to American Lingo Academy. We post new videos every single day to help you improve your English, and your support really means a lot to me. Now let's continue with our next expression. Number 6, do I have to? This is a very common question that people ask when they don't want to do something, but they think someone expects them to do it. It's often used by children talking to their parents, but adults use it too. It usually shows that the person is reluctant or doesn't want to do whatever is being asked. For example, imagine a parent tells their child, "It's time to clean your room before dinner." The child might respond with, "Do I have to? I was just about to watch my favorite TV show." The child is hoping maybe they can avoid cleaning their room or do it later. People often say this at work too. Maybe your boss asks you to work late on a Friday evening when you have plans with friends. You might ask, "Do I have to work late tonight? I have dinner plans with some friends." You're hoping your boss will say it's okay to leave on time. Number 7, why the long face? This is a friendly way to ask someone why they look sad or upset. A long face refers to the expression people have when they're feeling down because when we're sad, our facial muscles naturally make our face look longer and more droopy. It's a caring way to check on someone. For example, imagine you see your coworker at lunch and they're sitting alone, looking sad and not eating much. You might sit down next to them and ask, "Hey Sarah, why the long face? Is everything okay?" You're showing that you care and you're ready to listen if they want to talk. Here's another one. Maybe your teenager comes home from school and goes straight to their room without saying hello. Later, you knock on their door and say, "Why the long face, sweetie? Did something happen at school today?" You're giving them a chance to talk about whatever is bothering them. Number 8, it's your turn. This is a simple but very important phrase that means it's time for someone to do something, especially when people are taking turns or sharing responsibilities. You'll hear this expression constantly in games, at work, in families, and in many other situations. For example, imagine you're playing a board game with friends, and everyone takes turns rolling the dice. After one person finishes their turn, you might say to the next player, "Okay, it's your turn now. Don't forget to move your piece." You might hear something like this at home too. Maybe you and your roommate take turns doing the dishes each week. If your roommate did them last week, you might say, "I know it's my turn to do the dishes this week. I'll take care of them tonight after dinner." Number 9, that cannot be true. This expression shows strong disbelief or shock about something someone just told you. When you say this, you're expressing that the information seems impossible or very hard to believe. People use this when they hear surprising news, whether it's good news or bad news. For example, imagine your friend tells you that they just won $1 million in the lottery. You might respond with excitement and disbelief. "That cannot be true. Are you serious? Show me the ticket." You're so surprised that you can hardly believe it. People often say this when they hear shocking news about someone they know. Maybe someone tells you that your quiet, shy neighbor just got arrested for something serious. You might say, "That cannot be true. He seems like such a nice, quiet guy. Are you sure you have the right person?" Number 10, who cares? This phrase can mean two different things depending on how you say it and the situation. Sometimes it means that something is not important and nobody should worry about it. Other times, it can sound a bit rude, like you're dismissing what someone else thinks is important. The tone of your voice makes a big difference with this expression. For example, imagine you're getting ready to go out with friends and you're worried about wearing the right outfit. Your friend might say in a supportive way, "Just wear whatever makes you comfortable. Who cares what other people think? You always look great." In this case, your friend is telling you not to worry. Here's another one where it might sound less friendly. Maybe someone is complaining about a celebrity's personal life, and you think it's silly to worry about it. You might say, "Who cares what celebrities do in their private time? We have our own lives to focus on." This shows that you think the topic isn't worth discussing. And there you have it, my friends. Those are 10 super common expressions that you'll hear native English speakers use all the time. Remember, learning these phrases will help you understand movies, TV shows, and real conversations much better. The more you practice using these expressions, the more natural you'll sound when you speak English. I hope this lesson was helpful for you today. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, share it with your friends who are learning English, and don't forget to subscribe to American Lingo Academy because we post new videos every single day to help you on your English learning journey. Leave a comment below and let me know which expression was your favorite or if you have any questions. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep practicing and keep learning.